watching this video. Today I'll be showing you 3 fidget toys to make at home, and the best thing is they only take 1 minute each to make. They're so simple and so much fun to play with. You can make these with things you already have in your house, so it's a win-win. So without any further ado, let's get started. Whoa, wait, before we get started, we're going to do a like, subscribe and notification bell challenge. You have to press all those buttons with your pinky finger in 5 seconds. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Did you do it? If you did, give yourself a pat on the back. Now let's actually get started. So the first thing we're going to make is a squishy water bottle, and I'm not going to reveal the other 2 we're going to make, so you have to keep tuned and make sure to watch this video all the way through if you want to figure out how to make all the amazing fidgets, because some of them I invented on my own, so you won't be able to find this anywhere else. So to make a squishy water bottle, you need some soap. I recommend foaming hand wash, but normal soap is alright as well. And you can use some food coloring or paint. I'm going to be using some purple paint because I want my squishy water bottle to be purple, but you can use any colour you like. And then our important thing, a water bottle. I recommend a small water bottle because they're easier to squish and they're just easier to play with. And if you use a harder one, it's going to hurt to squeeze it. The last thing you're going to need is water. And this is going to be one of our bases. So we're going to get our water bottle and then we're going to pour our water into it. So you want it to be about 1/3 full, so about up to here. You can use any type of water, it's fine. I just got some normal tap water here. And this will vary on what type of water bottle and what size it is. Once it's 1/3 of the way full, you want to add some soap. I recommend around 4 to 5 pumps for the best results. And this is going to make it quite squishy to play with. Last of all, we're going to add our paint. So we're just going to add a few drops. You can also use food colouring or coloured powder. Just add a few drops, and you can always add more, but you can't take some away. So make sure to add it a little bit at a time. Now close it really hard and make sure nothing comes out or start to leak. I recommend to do this in a sink. So if you're doing that, just turn it over and shake it a bit to check if there's no water coming through. So now you want to check it once more, tighten it really hard, and then now we're going to shake it. You want to keep shaking this until all of the paint has dissolved. You don't even have to do the paint, you can just skip that out, and you want to try and get no water in this. You want to shake for about a minute or 2 for the best results. So once you've done that, it should be a bit like this. There should be a little bit of water, but there should be more foam than water. So now we're going to open this and let some air out. Sometimes you have to get some of the soap off as well. So I'm just going to press some of the soap off. You want to still keep some of the foam because it will be squishy. And you're going to squish it and then quickly close the lid before anything comes out. You can always get some more foam out. And I'm going to be honest, this is one of my favourite DIYs because it's literally so easy to make. And most of the people have water, a water bottle, soap and some paint at home. So this is so cool. The sound is so loud and I really like it like this because it's so satisfying. So I want to do a little ASMR for you. And if you want it more squishy, just let out more air. And every time you play with this, make sure to shake it so all the water doesn't go to the bottom. So next we're going to make a toilet roll poppet. So this is a little bit like a poppet, but it's quite different. Keep tuned to see how it is. So you're going to get a toilet roll and then we're just going to flatten it in half. I recommend putting it down and then just flatten it with your hands on top. Then you want to cut a couple of slits, so you can choose how many you want there to be, and this is completely your choice. So I recommend around 4 to 5, and I recommend they all have around like the same distance, so don't make one so big and one a little small, and you just want to go to the center or the middle. So we're going to cut a round part. So this, when you pop it, it can go through to the other side. And these 3 are actually going to be your main poppet. So the ones in the middle, the end 2 aren't going to be your poppet because they're just going to stand there for support. So you want to cut just around the middle ones. Don't go too close to the slits that we just did, or else they actually break. And you don't really need this anymore, but you can use this for another DIY if you want. So, and this is our finished poppet. So this looks a little bit weird, which is okay, but you're just going to pop this in. It can be a little bit stiff at first, and then you're just going to push it in as far as it can, and then push it down on the edges. So it should be like this at the beginning. You're going to push it down more and then press it. You can do this for every single one. And then this is our finished puppet all done. So there is an optional step, but you don't have to do it. So you're going to cut another slit next to it, like a really thin one. But this will just leave a little distance so they don't all come up at the same time. And you can pop each one individually. So this comes out much better once you do this because you can actually see the gaps. You just push it down and you can just play with this. It's so satisfying. And I'm going to do a little ASMR for you again. And remember, the more you play with it, the looser it gets. So the last fidget we're going to do is a tangle. They're so much fun to play with. They're so stress relieving and just kind of keep your fingers occupied to just move around. And I have a much cheaper alternative for you to do. So for this, you're going to need a pipe cleaner. You can also use an elastic band and just cut it. But a pipe cleaner works the best, and you can also use some string. And you're going to need beads. So I've chosen red, purple, blue and pink today. You can choose your favorite colors, be creative, and you're going to need about 11 of each. But this is your choice on how big it is. You can always trim it on the end. You can just get your beads and then put it into the pipe cleaner or whatever you're using. And then you can do this in a pattern or however you want. I'm going to do it in a pattern because it looks really cute. And then just repeat this until you get to the end, and it looks so satisfying as you put it in. And if you have a soft pipe cleaner, it's better because it doesn't hurt your hands. Also, be careful with pipe cleaners because there is a sharp bit at the end and you could hurt yourself on that. So always be careful. I really like making this fidget because it's super easy to do, and it's really like the tangle you would buy at the shops, and it doesn't take long to make. And I always have a few extra pipe cleaners laying around, so this is a great way to reuse them and make it into something that I would use. So I'm going to stop here. I think you get the point, but basically you can do this and then you can just tie it off at the end if you want, or you can keep it like that. So by tie, you just put them over. You have to leave a little bit of space at the end so you can tie it off and just kind of spiral it around. And if you get bored of the colours, you can always unspiral it and then do it. So it should look like this, and it actually stays in its shape with it. Just move it around basically. This is great for school because it's very discreet. It doesn't make any sound. And if you've made a bigger one, you can also use this as a bracelet. So I'm just going to rate these quickly. So I rate this a 10 out of 10 because it's easy to make, it doesn't take long, and you only need 2 things. Still great to play with. It's really loud and it's just a great fun to play with. And I would rate this a 9 because it's so much fun to play with. It makes this noise which is not too quiet or too loud, and it's very, very easy to make. And thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and also give it a like if you liked how your amazing fidgets came out, because I love how mine came out. And if they didn't work for you, which is highly unlikely, go over this video again so you can get all the tips again and you can make it better. And also make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications because this is only part 1. Part 2 will come out very soon. So make sure to keep tuned and turn on the post notification bell to be notified when I post that. And I just want to mention thank you for all you guys who subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!